Hello everyone, this is Priyasha from XAT, and here in this video we're going to discuss the current affairs and related static GK of the month March and April 2022. In the first part we discussed January, February. We learned the technique of finding out the related static GK, and my Instagram handle always takes care of all of these things which are happening currently. All the current affairs and the related static GK are being uploaded on a daily basis along with vocabulary bursts and some important information. So if you haven't followed my page on Instagram, you're supposed to do that at first, okay? And also one very important thing to be noted here is just like the previous video, here also you're supposed to make notes, not just from the questions which I found the most important out of the month of March and April, but also related static GK. And how are you supposed to do that? I will be telling you few points and few highlighted areas where you should go and search it out in Google. And the first two, three things which comes to your observation which you can see and find important, just note them down, and that what makes the related static GK for a current affair. Remember, they will never go and just open a GK book and then they'll start putting questions into the question paper. All the questions which come in the GK section of XAT or any other entrance examination, they will always be related somewhere or the other with the current affair news. Okay, it's like for example, if Afghanistan is lot in news, they might ask you the capital of Afghanistan as a static GK question. So this is just because Afghanistan is in news, remember. So they will not just come out of the blue and ask you what's the capital of something which has never been in news for the past 12 months. All right, let's get started with the first question. How to move around with this video? Just pause the video, read the question, try to answer it on your own, and if you are done, then you just play it back and then see the answer from my end. So Sambhav and Swabalamban are the initiatives of which union ministry? Now, if you don't know the Hindi meaning, it can be slightly difficult to make a guess, but here Sambhav means possible and Swabalamban means self-reliance. And all of this will be somewhere or the other related to a manufacturing industry, right? And that is the Ministry of MSME. Okay, this Ministry of MSME was organized has organized an international summit on plastics recycling and waste management in associations with AIPMA, that is the All India Plastic Manufacturers Association. And there are two special initiatives being launched by this ministry. One is Sambhav, another is Swablamban, to promote the entrepreneurship among the youth and especially in the aspirational districts across the country. And this was a 2 day summit which was held in New Delhi. Just some additional information about this so that it's related kuch bhi pucha jaye, so you know the answer. The second and the third question is on your screen. You can make a guess and then we'll resume with the answer. So here, if you see the question, which institution established the high-level Kiev-Moscow dialogue on nuclear safety? कीव कहाँ है पता है ना? कीव क्यों न्यूज में है वो भी पता है ना? मॉस्को क्यों न्यूज में है पता है ना? I hope you all know Kiev and Moscow किसके capitals है, okay? So therefore there is not a problem. जो आपको पता है Kiev और Moscow कहाँ present है, तो आपको क्या लगता है which institution would have established this high level dialogue? Now let me tell you, UNICEF has nothing to do with nuclear weapons, nuclear safety. Similarly, IMF has nothing to do. If you don't know the full form of these terms, I'm really sad because at least इन सब चीजों के full forms आपको पता होने चाहिए. And if पता नहीं है, these are the highlighted areas where you're supposed to Google out. Okay, so go and Google all the four terms, find out their full forms, make a note of all those four full forms, and that will be more than enough. Just read one line below it which says what are these organizations all about. Okay, I'm going to tell you the answer here. The answer is option A, which is IAEA, that is International Atomic Energy Agency. This has successfully established the high-level Kiev-Moscow dialogue on nuclear safety, announced by the director of that agency. Okay, now let me tell you, you don't have to remember the directors as of now because it can be a little hectic, but at least know the full form of all of these things. Okay. Similarly, for the first question, I forgot to tell you the static GK part. And for the static GK part, please go and Google all these four ministries. If you Google four ministries, you will get to know who is currently presiding over each ministry, what is the work of each ministry, and each ministry comes under what section. Things like that. Two, three sections like that will be more than enough for you to make notes and read through. Question number three on your screen, everyone. I hope you all have tried this. National Security Day is celebrated on 4th March. That is option B. This National Security Day is marked on the 4th March across the country to highlight the achievements of Indian security forces. And the day also is known as Rashtriya Suraksha Divas, which creates awareness about the role played by our security forces in keeping the country safe. याद रहे कि एनएसई एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बॉडी है जिसके बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए. What is NSE? It's the National Security Council, which is the highest body responsible for overseeing the country's political, strategic, economic, and energy security concerns. It was formed in 1998, and at present, the chief executive of NSE is Ajit Doval. Okay, if it has changed, Google it out and just let me know. Now, question number four on your screen, everyone. Who has been appointed as the chairman of the National Financial Reporting Authority, NFRA? अब ये अथॉरिटी करती क्या है इज द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच शुड स्ट्राइक योर हेड एंड देन उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको उसके करंट अपॉइंटमेंट के बारे में भी पता होगा. So the answer here is option A, which is Ajay Bhushan Pandey. And the reason or the context you need to know in this question is that the government has appointed this person, Ajay Bhushan Pandey, who was earlier the finance secretary, as the chairman of this NFRA. NFRA का full form आपको already बोला गया है, Financial Reporting Authority है. So आपको पता है कि कोई भी finance से related बंदे को ही आगे बढ़ाएंगे. The appointment committee of the cabinet has been appointed for a period of 3 years. And इनकी history के बारे में बताया जाए, so he retired as the revenue secretary in February last year. Okay, now what are the things you're going to search for the static GK part in this question? You're going to search about NFRA, उसके थोड़े और details, and you're going to search a little about Ajay Bhushan Pandey also. मैंने आपको बहुत points बता दिए हैं about Pandey sir, but still you can search a little more. And National Security Day के बारे में you can just search a small section, just a small section, just one thing to search in the static GK. Now the question number five here talks about which Indian city created a new Guinness World Record of largest display of oil lamps. मोदी जी है तो आप गेस तो कर ही सकते हो कि आंसर क्या होगा. द आंसर हियर इज नॉट वाराणसी, नॉट द्वारका, नॉट मथुरा. वेल मैं काफी फिल्मी हो गई to tell the answer, which is Ujjain. The city of Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, also known as the land of Mahakal, has created a new Guinness World Record of the largest display of oil lamps. Okay, the event was named as Shiv Jyoti Arpanam. Okay, if you don't know, please note it down. It was Shiv Jyoti Arpanam. I'm not sure if the spelling is right or wrong, but इस event का नाम ये था, and it was hosted by the state government's culture department and executed by the city administration. Included more than 11.71 lakh lamps on the occasion of Mahashivratri. Okay, so that was a really big number, and it was done on Shivratri. Okay, so Ujjain is the correct answer for question number five. Let's get down to question number six. India accidentally fired a missile into which neighboring country due to technical malfunction? बड़ी हंसी आई थी मैंने जब इसको पढ़ा था ना करंट अफेयर्स में. आई वाज लाइक व्हाट एम आई रीडिंग द करेक्ट थिंग. दैट वाज माय एक्सप्रेशन व्हेन आई रेड इट. वेल यू ऑल नो कि आंसर क्या होगा. आंसर इज पाकिस्तान. इंडिया एक्सीडेंटली फायर्ड अ मिसाइल इनटू पाकिस्तान. ओके, and then said that it was a mistake. And then a high level court inquiry was ordered into the incident. And as per Pakistan, what Pakistan told was that the missile flew more than 100 kilometers inside their airspace at an altitude of 40,000 feet. Okay, and there was no warhead on the missile, so therefore it did not detonate. But then still, they were all afraid. Anyone will be afraid looking at a missile coming towards them, of course. So this is the correct answer, Pakistan. Okay, and what you have to search in these two questions, five and six, for the static GK part is about Guinness World of Records, who notes it, कब form हुआ था, questions like that, and something about the answer city, that is Ujjain. Okay, where is it present? It's in Madhya Pradesh, and what all things you can note about it, 2, 3 points. Now in question number six, you can again do one more thing which you can search about is, let's search something about Pakistan. Okay, in this country, and what are missiles, when was the first missile made, things like that. Okay, let's go to question number seven now. Question number seven asks us which state or UT has inaugurated the school health clinics. Okay, school health clinics are a very nice and new initiative by the Option C, New Delhi. Okay, New Delhi government has recently inaugurated the individual health clinics in 20 different government schools, and they were inaugurated by the Deputy Chief Minister then and the Education Minister Manish Sisodia that time. Okay, I'm talking about, and the clinics were okay providing routine health checkups and counseling for physical and mental well-being. So from this question, the static GK part can be what are school health clinics all about and some one, two pointers about New Delhi. Okay. Now, question number 8, let's quickly go down to that. Which union ministry released the draft National Medical Devices Policy? See, when we are talking about medical device policy, what do you think which department will be considered with it? External affairs? No, of course not. Commerce and industry, medical policy? Of course not. Now, this is where people confuse the hell out of it. Option A and option B, they will definitely go and take A because health, medical devices, health, what else can be the department? But it's actually not, it's a trap for you all. It's option B, which is Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So the Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers released this draft, and at present, nearly 80% of the medical devices used in the country are currently imported. Okay, so हम सिर्फ 20% खुद से बनाते हैं, 80% बाहर से मंगवाते हैं, and the policy aims to place India as one among the 5 global manufacturing hubs in terms of value and technology for the medical devices. तो ये जो policy report बनी है, इसका सिर्फ यही मतलब है कि इन्हें इतना import नहीं करना, अब वो चाहती है कि अब वो manufacturing 5 top manufacturing hub में से एक हो. And what are you going to find out in the static GK part here about this policy and about all these 4 departments, what they do? That's your static GK. Now, question number 9. Question number 9 is the Queen of Indian Pop is authorized biography of which Indian singer? Well, I don't want to sing, but there is a famous song by the very, very famous Usha Uttab. That is the answer of the question as well. And you all know that, of course, Indian pop was introduced by this lady itself, the heavy voice. Okay. And you know, she's a uh, complete miracle, like a lady with a big bindi and a proper sari singing all the kind of rock songs is like someone who cannot even imagine others doing it. Okay, so she's a really inspirational lady. So Usha Uthup is the answer here. Now, the interesting point about her career is that she has been singing since last 5 decades. To be really, you know, it's very, very interesting to know that she has sung songs in more than 22 languages. Can you imagine this stuff, guys? The biography is actually written in Hindi by the journalist Vikas Kumar Jha, and it captures her journey of a career spanning 50 years. Okay, so definitely it's a nice journey, of course. Question number 10. Let's get down to question number 10. Meri policy, mere haath campaign was launched under which flagship scheme? So, आपको पता है that whenever schemes are coming, you know, this is my तुक्का strategy, I'll tell you. Schemes की बात आती है ना, तो सबसे पहले मेरा ध्यान कहाँ जाता है? It always takes me to the farmers. But the problem here is that there are multiple farmer policies over here or campaigns over here. Okay, तो अब मैं क्या करूँ? So I should know the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer here. PM Fasal Bima Yojana. And this Meri policy, Mere Haath program has been launched under this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Okay, it's a doorstep drive to deliver the crop insurance. So it's also based on crop insurance. You should know this fact as well. Okay, and then along with it, I also wanted to tell you people that this insurance was actually started in Karnataka. And again, one more essential fact about this is what you have to search for the static GK. So search about this campaign, search about this yojana, and for Usha Utthap ma'am, search about Usha Utthap ma'am, and also search about this book. You will automatically get you when you will search Usha Utthap. Okay. Now, the last question from the month of April, I mean March. Okay, so the question is, what is Param Ganga, which was seen in news recently? Okay, Param. If you know the word Param, you know the answer. Okay, Param is actually a supercomputer. Okay, so the answer for this question is supercomputer. Search this as the static GK. Okay, and what is it all about? The NSM. Do you guys know what is NSM? NSM is the National Supercomputing Mission. They have deployed Param Ganga, a supercomputer, at which IIT? IIT Roorkee. Okay, IIT Roorkee पे deploy किया था इसे. And what does it do and what is its speciality? It's a supercomputer with a capacity of 1.66 petaflops. And NSM is driven jointly by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and the Department of Science and Technology, and implemented by the Center for the Advanced Computing Development and Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So सारे लोगों ने मिलजुल कर इस सुपर कंप्यूटर को बनाया है जिसका नाम है परम गंगा. Now we're gonna get started. Okay, so what you will search for static GK is Param Ganga, of course. Now, April. April news on your screen. So make an attempt, try to find out the answer, and let's start. So, which country has approved the rights of natures in its constitution? Well, it has been in news recently that the country name is Chile. Okay, and why is it in news? Because the plenary body of Chile's constitution convention has formally approved this rights of nature. And क्योंकि सारे जगह पर rights of nature का कॉन्सेप्ट है ही नहीं, इंडिया में भी नहीं है. वी ऑल वांट टू प्रोटेक्ट नेचर बट वी डोंट हैव एनी established constitutional section for it, right? So therefore we don't value it much. So this is now they have finally voted for its final version, and Chile has become the second country after Ecuador. Okay, the first one to have this rights of nature is Ecuador. So you can search in static GK what is rights of nature and 3 points about Chile. Okay, question number 13, Campbell. Okay, this is again a geographical question to be very specific. What is the geography behind it? You have to tell me the place. Okay, Campbell Bay, which was recently hit by the earthquake in April, is located in which state or UT? Well, the answer of this is Andaman and Nicobar. सो एटलीस्ट ज्योग्राफी ना इंस्टाग्राम से पढ़ लिया करो इंस्टाग्राम रील्स से देख लिया करो द ट्रैवल डेस्टिनेशंस So the answer is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and an earthquake of magnitude 4.9 on the Richter scale hit this Campbell Bay. You just need to know that यहाँ पर आया. Now the static GK part here which I want to tell you is about Campbell, okay, about Andaman Nicobar, and one more body which is called as NCS, National Center for Seismology. That's a nodal agency for the government of India for monitoring those earthquake activities in the country. I want you people to search this as well for question number 13. And for question number 12, I've already told you the current affair, I mean the static GK part. Let's get down to the 14th question. For the 14th question, we have, which city is the host of the Convention on Biological Diversity? Now, let me tell you that एक city है जो हमेशा से famous है. You know that city, right? जहाँ पर maximum headquarters हैं United Nations के. That's the city in Switzerland, Geneva. Okay. Option C is the correct answer for us over here. We all know that Geneva is very famous for all these activities. So here this biodiversity and health draft recommendation was released on the Convention of Biological Diversity, and it focuses on the post 2020 global biodiversity framework. Okay, and it's a part of UNEP. So again, the what is UNEP? That's United Nations Environment Program. इसको आप स्टैटिक जीके में सर्च करोगे, जेनीवा के बारे में 3 पॉइंट्स निकालोगे एंड कन्वेंशन ऑन बायोलॉजिकल डाइवर्सिटी के बारे में 1-2 पॉइंट्स निकालोगे. ओके, नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 15 ओवर हियर. 15 नंबर सेज इंडियन आर्मी marks Siachen Day on 13th April every year to commemorate which operation? देखो ये बहुत famous operation है, and being an Indian they expect you to know this thing. Okay, not Kargil, not Blue Nile, not Vijay, but the answer is Meghdoot. Okay. Now, Indian Army marks the Siachen Day on April 13th every year to commemorate the courage of the Indian Army under Operational Meghdoot. And just to tell you about this, Siachen Glacier is the highest battleground on the earth. Okay, while both the India and Pakistan maintain a permanent military presence in this region, always, always, 24 into 7. So इसके बारे में आप समझ सकते हो, पढ़ सकते हो. That can be a static GK, Operation Meghdoot and Siachen Day. Okay, then question number 16. Which Union Ministry of India launched the Temple 360 degree? Concept समझ रहे हो Temple 360 degree का? यानी आपको किसी भी टेम्पल का 360 डिग्री व्यू दिखाया जाएगा एंड व्हाट विच मिनिस्ट्री कैन डू दिस होम अफेयर्स एंड हाउसिंग कैन नेवर डू दिस बट यस टूरिज्म एंड कल्चर कैन डू अब कॉमन सेंस लगाइए कि अगर टूरिज्म आपको पहले से ही 360 डिग्री व्यू दे देगा तो आप वहां जाओगे क्यों एंड टूरिज्म का तो घाटा ही होगा करेक्ट सो इसमें तेरा घाटा मेरा कुछ नहीं जाता वाला केस है तो टूरिज्म इज नॉट द आंसर एंड वी हैव मेड अ एजुकेटेड गेस ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कल्चर which is the correct answer okay they have launched this new portal through which you can perform online rituals also and in the prominent pilgrimage sites और क्या चाहिए भाई घर बैठे बैठे आपने पूजा करवा दी वहां पे there are live camera feeds across the temples of India which will be available on the website and at present the live streaming of the rituals from four temples. You should know these four temples. Note it down. Somnath in Gujarat, Kashi Vishwanath in UP, Trimbakeshwar and Girishneshwar in Maharashtra. These four temples are being covered under this Temple 360 portal. आपको literally आप घूमोगे तो आपको आपके right hand side की चीजें दिखेंगी. Okay, so this is really nice. Now, what is the स्टैटिक जी के पार्ट है टेम्पल 360 डिग्री एंड मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कल्चर क्या करता है ओके नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 17 ओवर हियर क्वेश्चन 17 says Kirpan Shakti integrated firepower exercise was held in which state now this was a pure करंट अफेयर क्वेश्चन प्योर सो अगर आपने अप्रैल में करंट अफेयर्स पढ़े होंगे यू मस्ट बी नोइंग दिस ओके the answer is West Bengal, and let us just know few points about it. That the three Shakti Corps conducted the exercises called as Kirpan Shakti, an integrated firepower exercise at the Tista Field firing ranges. And where is that present? That is present in Siliguri, West Bengal. The exercise was aimed at combining the capabilities of Indian Army and the Central Armed Police Forces to fight an integrated battle. That was taken place in West Bengal. So 3 points about West Bengal and something about Kirpan Shakti is the static GK part. You have to search yourself after watching this video. Question number 18. Question number 18 says which institution developed the positive pay system PPS for the check payment? अब payment से related है. Can you make again an educated guess? Very easy it is. Okay, I'll not keep a lot of suspense here. National Payments Corporation of India, of course, is the one which is have just developed this scheme. Let me tell you more about it. That the Punjab National Bank has recently made the PPS compulsory for check payments worth 10 lakh and more, and under the PPS developed by the NPCI, a customer issuing the high value check has to reconfirm some essential details before clearing just to make sure that there are some security okay while doing all this purpose so इसलिए ये essential है what is the static GK part is PPS and something about NPCI कब बना कौन है head things like that question number 19 guys here are your options in the question. Try to think on your own. Well, this is a very cultural question. Horn of Africa and geographical as well. Horn of Africa, which was seen in the news, belongs to which type of topography, whether it's a peninsula, island, cape, or bay? So the answer to this question would be it is a pure peninsula. Okay, it is also called as Somali Peninsula. Somali Peninsula. Okay, it's a large peninsula in the East Africa and recently, the Intergovernmental Authorities on Development said that the people in the region is preparing for the most severe droughts in 40 years. Okay, they are predicting that सबसे severe drought पड़ने वाला है and rains will likely fail for a fourth consecutive year and that would trigger cases of malnutrition and threats to the livelihood and risk around 29 million people in that region. तो इसीलिए ये बहुत न्यूज में था अप्रैल के मंथ में where they forecasted कि अब हम सबसे severe drought face करने वाले हैं in the peninsula which is called as Somali Peninsula also called as Horn of Africa. तो static GK हो गया Horn of Africa and Somali Peninsula for you people. Okay. And the 28th question for you guys. Again a cultural question. Sarhul festival is predominantly celebrated in which Indian state? Which Indian state has XLRI's oldest branch? You guys know the answer now. It's Jharkhand, guys. It's Jharkhand. Okay, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. So the state has been asked. So it's Jharkhand. Sarhul festival is celebrated in Jharkhand, most popular tribal celebration across the state of Jharkhand. Why am I saying this, and why am I so sure that this can also be a relevant question? Because हमें college से भेजा जाता है to the nearest villages. Okay, we go to the villages, we have our village immersions, and in the village immersions, the only purpose for us to take to the nearby villages and we are made to stay there for one day is because so that we can, better communicate with them, we can understand what kind of daily routine problems they go through, and at the same time, we can understand and, value their cultural practices also. So this kind of a festival is being practiced here. So this is what they try to tell all their students. So I believe that they can ask these kind of questions as well. Okay, talking about the second last question for the day, which department? Okay, I guess which department has released the National Time Release Studies as recommended by WTO? I think you all already saw the answer glimpse, right? Well, that's not the answer which you saw. So if you thought that DPIIT is the answer, you're absolutely wrong, sir. It's CBIC. The full form of CBIC is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Okay, and that has released the National Time Release Studies. This is your static GK. This is your static GK, and the most important thing, मैंने एग्जांपल दिया है आपको static GK का कि आपको सारे फुल फॉर्म्स कवर करने हैं, DPIIT, CBIC, CBDT एंड DGFT, सारे के सारे, एंड उनका इसमें से जैसे पॉइंटर्स आते हैं ना, you just note down 2-3 points which you find important. Okay, that's the static GK part here. Did I cover the static GK part for the last question? No. Sarhul festival you will search, and 3 points about Jharkhand. If you have already done that in the last quiz, you can skip that. Now, question last 22. How many countries are members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO? This is your static GK, and the answer to this question is 8. Which are those 8 countries? Okay, this is important. You can Google it. I'll tell you. It's China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Russia, and Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Okay, so the Union Minister Jitendra Singh attended the SCO meeting virtually representing India, and he called upon the members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization to join hands to innovate affordable scientific solutions for the common challenges which all these 8 countries are facing. And so that's all for this video. You have to do one very essential thing, because if you are really concerned about your static GK and current affairs, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because there on a daily basis, without fail, all the important informations are being uploaded in the most easiest form possible, so that chalte firte घूमते फिरते चाय पीते या कुछ भी करते हुए आप लोग उसे एक बार देख सकते हो, पढ़ सकते हो, and once it remains in your mind, please, while going back, जस्ट रिकॉल इट वंस. रिकॉल कि आपको कम से कम 2-4 पॉइंट्स भी उससे याद है तो बहुत बढ़िया, ठीक है. ट्राई टू रिकॉल, दैट विल रियली हेल्प यू टू रिमेंबर द थिंग्स. एंड यस, द थिंग रिमेन्स द सेम. स्टैटिक जीके पार्ट्स के नोट्स बनाकर आप डेफिनेटली ग्रुप में शेयर करो. मुझे पर्सनली भी डीएम कर सकते हो, मैं शेयर कर दूंगी. दैट विल रियली बी ऑफ ग्रेट हेल्प टू एवरीवन. एंड इसके साथ भी कोई गिफ्ट एसोसिएटेड होगा तो गौरी तो करेगी, आई नो, बिकॉज लास्ट टाइम उसने बना के भेजा था. For others, if you try this, you can get a chance to have a one-on-one free mentorship with me before the examination. Okay, so the thing remains same for this static GK part as well. The task is that you have to go and make notes of the static GK part which I told you, and if you do so, I would definitely have a call with you. First one, of course, preferred. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please like this if you like this video, and definitely share it with more and more and more people. Please, please, please. Okay, and if you're new, then definitely subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much. All the best, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you.